Sometimes I wear shirts that have color and logos on them. Hey everybody, it's Mikey. I'm here as the guest judge for this week, which is Fast Songs. Um, Welcome to a jump cut nightmare because I cannot do this all one thing like everybody else did. I'm going to kind of give a quick rundown of everybody's video and then the votes at the end. And here's hoping that it doesn't take like 20 minutes. Okay, the first video was Phoebe St. Jefferson. Forgive the lack of eye contact. I'm kind of going through my notes. The overall video I thought was pretty good. I think that the intro gag was really, really clever, but there was a long time for it to pay off for anybody to watching. Over a minute of that, especially when it didn't really connect to the next song. If there had been some sort of like a tennis monologue or some, even if it was just instructions or the definition of tennis being read aloud by Siri, whatever it was, like if there was some connection, I could maybe forgive the fact that it was a minute long, but it was a little bit too long. I would say that this is probably the most fun that I've seen you have, Phoebe, in quite some time, which is really, really good. I'm glad that, it seems like you're getting back into a groove. Your song choice is great. I really love the Wimbledon song. Good energy. I needed more eye contact and connection from you. I think that the voguing was cute. It kept the energy lively. You looked really beautiful. You looked like the only rich white woman. I think that there were either, maybe not dropped words, but definitely some mumbling going on. You could have enunciated a little bit more in some of the verses. There was no real concept for your green screen. It was kind of just a tennis court, which is fine. It fit with what you were doing. I would say the one thing that bugs me about your videos consistently is that you are in a tight little box in terms of movement, probably because of the green screen. It's just so much wider, and parts of your body get chopped off here and there. You reach off, and then where'd you go? I'd like to see maybe if there's a way for you to film a little bit wider or something that kind of doesn't cut you off. I think that would be helpful going forward with some of the effects that you choose. I really don't have a whole lot bad to say about this video, again, other than just shorten that intro a little bit, get into the actual meat of the song a little bit quicker, because for a fast song challenge to have a minute of an almost 4-minute performance be something slow and just kind of a joke, it wasn't funny enough to pay off for that minute. But overall, nice job this week. Next up is Jordan. Jordan, you picked a really, really difficult song. I like the way that it built. I think that you were really precise with what you were doing. There were a couple of times when it was a little bit kind of tongue twistery, that it was a little hard to tell if you were nailing the words exactly or not, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because of how good it was. Your mouth shapes were much more controlled, much more close to what the artist was doing, which I think is great. You do have a tendency, and you pointed it out in the fun week, that you kind of go big, and I'd rather have big than not big enough, but at the same time, sometimes, and I mean this with love, you look like a Muppet. This time, much, much better. The autofocus is another thing. Disable that on your camera, or maybe film a little bit closer to where the camera is focusing, because I had to kind of lean forward to make sure when it kind of was in and out that you were hitting the words, which you were. You had the shortest video of the week and the difficulty. I'm willing to forgive the length because of how difficult it was. But I really don't have a ton negative to say. I think this was really, really good for you. It was really smart to kind of throw in a little shade to your competitors. To have the letters on your arms, I think, was a cute touch. I like that you kind of have a simple presentation style, but then add in things that are kind of unexpected and different. And I think that that's really refreshing. Overall, nice job. Okay, next up is Erica Estrada. Erica, I think that your characterization and how diva-ish and groovy and like the emotion you brought to your face was really good. I think with everything that you explained went wrong, especially personally with your appearance, I think that you should be commended on how much confidence and how, yes, diva, you were in this performance. I think that you are the white Destiny's Child. Um, in terms of the actual lip sync itself, not a great week for you. Um, I think that you were inconsistent about which track you were lip syncing, either Beyonce or Destiny's Child. How yes, you should be Beyonce, you are the star of the video. However, some of the faster parts were the backing to Destiny's Child when Beyonce's doing the crazy runs. So switching to that might not have been the worst thing in the world. In the faster parts of it, it seemed like you were dropping words, mumbling, whatever it was. It just didn't match what the singer herself was doing. I really kind of question the song choice this week more than anything because the Destiny's Child parts were the faster thing and you lip synced the slower part. It just, that's a bit of a disconnect for me. And I think that fast songs may have been kind of the challenge for you, and I don't know that you lived up to what I was hoping for, and that's unfortunate because I know that you are so good at connecting to the camera and connecting to the audience, and you know, I you are my focus no matter what else is going on in your screen. And to have the that on you and then not live up to the attention you command, I wish you had gone with a different song, and I think that that would have made this video pop and made you shine like the star you are. And next up is Shady Guava. Shady. Your lip syncs are always really tight. This is no exception. The lip sync itself, the performance was brought up by your physicality, the connection to the camera that you had, even with sunglasses, which I think is a feat in and of itself, and how you kind of transitioned between having them on and off. I think that was great. The attitude, the fact that you were outside and being filmed like a music video, this looked like a video you would see on VH1. Maybe not you specifically lip syncing it, but you know, the characterization that you brought to this was really good. The song progressively got more difficult, especially that very rapid fire bit at the end where you were being, followed around by a camera. Um, all of that was excellent. The one thing I would say that maybe would have set this apart from other things that you've done, your audition, Stupid Ho, where all of them are like great songs for you because you do excel at quicker, rappier, more wordplay type songs. I think that if you had brought just something a little bit different, either a left of center song choice or maybe added in a bit of a concept, something to just kind of elevate this a tiny bit more, because this was really, really fucking good, but it just needed, I feel like you just need something a little bit more to push it. But again, that's my only negative thing, because this was easily one of the best videos of the week and probably your best video if I had to pick one. And next up is Lush Monsoon. Lush. I think that you picked a great song for you to do because this maybe wasn't in your wheelhouse initially. And picking a song that has a built-in character and a built-in backstory, I think was really smart. I liked your intro. I think it fit for what you were doing, even if you could have maybe sped it up just a tiny bit. I'm not mad at it. I think that was pretty good. You looked great. Really kind of embodied kind of this weird horror-y type character. I think the smoky background was really cool. Your overlay, I mean, you noticed it. You rectified it, posting another version in the comments. The overlay was really off, and I think that it was related to your effects rather than the overlay, because it was clear that you knew the words. That was obvious from the lip sync itself, even if the audio track didn't match. However, for the character that you were given, the character that you chose with this Roman holiday song, you needed to be more intense in the face. You needed to be more kind of in character. After verses, you would kind of drop back and then not be the same person. You kind of dimmed a little bit. I think that the idea was there for this lip sync, but overall not your most successful performance. I think that you maybe just kind of needed And I get it, you were only kind of painted from here up and didn't really have a costume or anything for this, but I think there needed to be more physicality for such a crazy character. You kind of didn't give me everything that I was hoping and praying for. And, um, I think that next week, kind of bring it, because Seven Deadly Sins, I think, is really kind of more up your alley. So I think that that will be a more successful video for you. But overall, not a terrible job. The lip sync was great, but just kind of fine tuning the character and the actual like video aspects would definitely have helped. Next up is Meme. I think that you had a lot of good things in this video. I think that for a technical week, which is kind of what this week traditionally has been, to start with just a focus on your mouth was really smart. Panning out further and further to kind of tell the rest of the story, I think, was really smart. You had a concept, which you were one of a few that did, and I really liked the concept. However, the reveal that you were kind of a drunk rambling on about all this power that you have, I think could have been played a little bit further. I think that you kind of gave the angst and the anger, but kind of the mannerisms in your face didn't always read drunk, and I think they could have a little bit, when especially in a tighter shot. I think that this was one of your tightest lip syncs. I think that the song choice was great for you. The concept itself was really, really smart. I think that you did well with some of the nonsensical elements of this, making the character himself incoherent in terms of being inebriated, I think was really, really brilliant. Wasn't necessarily the fastest song, but I did like that it got a build throughout. I think that this really ticks a lot of boxes for me as far as a lip sync video goes, and I'm really, really happy with what you came up with this week. All right, and last but not least, we have Adrena Lynn. Miss Adrena. I think that to start off the video with the connection to your issues video, which is my favorite video that you've done, was really smart. I think that to kind of be the mean girl as opposed to this, kind of subdued girl, I think was really cool. Your reads were really cute. You couldn't see them all completely, though. That was a little bit of a miss for me. I think that they were funny. Your tight lip sync, as always, you're a great performer. The things on the screen, though, I think are really where my problems with your video lie, because I feel like it was a little bit busy. You had the reads on one side, you had Little Ho on the bottom. I found myself kind of just going like this to watch your video just so I could focus on you, because I wasn't able to I had like video ADD where I was like, what am I supposed to be looking at? I think Little Ho should have been axed. I think that it was cute, and the way that you integrated the very end with the runs was nice, but having her jump in and clap and have the audio be still on for her claps and not for yours bugged the hell out of me. I think that this was great energy. I think that this was a fantastic lip sync, but just kind of the muddiness of the screen itself was really the only problem I had with this. I think that Stupid Ho, after being done last season by me, this season by Shady, and now this season by you, I think we're done. I think nobody else should touch this song with a 10-foot pole, especially since I think that your take on it was slightly more successful than Shady's was back in Sci-Fi, but only because of the concept not being there. I think that performance-wise, it's pretty even. Really, really nice job overall. I just wish that you had gone a little bit, Coco Chanel. That's weird to say to a drag queen, but like take one thing off before you leave the house. I think less could have been more for you this week. But overall, I don't have a big problem with this video, just tiny little nitpick. Alright, so now here's the thing that some of you have fast forwarded to find, or that you've watched the entire video to get to. My votes for this week. It took me a really long time to kind of decide who and how I was going to vote, and I waffled back and forth on my decision for 2 days now. It's just been a lot. I finally locked it in when I emailed Marcella. This is it. these are my votes. In third place, I've decided to give my vote to Jordan. Jordan, this is a really strong video for you this week, and I'm really excited to see what you bring next week with your theme from a hat. In second place, and first and second for me went back and forth, like I said, up until I've sent my votes to Marcella. In second place is Shady Guava. Shady, I think that this is your strongest video of the competition, and I think that you should have no problem cruising on into the next week. And I'm excited to see what you do for Swan Song / Winners Week. My immunity vote, my favorite video of the week, the video that I look at and think, wow, that had a great concept, the performance was good, and just an all-around great song choice for the individual. My top vote in immunity goes to Meme. Congratulations, Meme. Congratulations, everybody. This week was really good, and I am so stoked for next week. Themes from a Hat was something that I had thought of as well. If I had won, was going to do, and I'm so glad that Marcella also thought of it, and that this is where we are this week. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of stress. I hope that my critiques are helpful and that you can grow from them. If you'd like to talk to me, feel free to message me on Discord or on Reddit. And I'll see you later. Bye.